Well, hello, hello, hello. Great to see everybody. I'm going to turn down the light real quick. All right. It's a little bit bright. That's probably better. All right. So glad to have you here. My name is John Silvers, and this is Sunday with Silvers. We share music. Well, I share music, and these are live uh, performances of original songs that I've been writing for years. And I have some really amazing stuff coming up, some great opportunities to potentially tour and to have some really big dreams come true around the music. So please keep your fingers crossed, pray for me, and continue to pray for all the people that are affected by the wildfires as well here in the Los Angeles area. Um, it's a lasting wound that so many people have been dealing with and are going to continue dealing with for and it's hard to overcome some of that stuff, but we're standing by people, seeing their lives take off and soar, and getting things back together to a place where they can have a comfortable place to live. Anyway, that being said, just so grateful to be here. Thank you for being here. We're going to share some music. I've been playing music with or teaching songwriting, that is, in the prisons to young people who are incarcerated for any number of reasons. Um, I don't really go into the reasons with them, although some of them have mentioned it to me. And these are people who have made choices in life um, that ended up leaving, bringing them to this point where they're incarcerated, and they're young folks. They're 16 to 20 years old with their whole lives in front of them. But I think in a lot of ways some of them may feel like they're, what do they have to look forward to? Given what they know up to this point about living. So I'm just grateful to have an opportunity to go in, to work with them, to teach them how to write songs, um, and to even to play the guitar a bit, and just to see them realize that they actually can be creative in ways that they didn't really think they could be, and it gets them in touch with the stuff that's going on in their lives, and also the parts of their lives that they're missing, and the things that they want to talk about. They want to sing about their mom and their family and their friends, and so shout out to all those folks over at Barry J, uh, because they're beautiful young people. So thank you I'm glad that I have the opportunity to work with them and write music. I'm going to open up my book here. These are two different books I have that have just tons of music that I've been writing over the last 50 years. Um, Here's one. Hey, we'll try this one. Um, so this one kind of goes in line with what I was talking about. Um, the idea that we can actually have dreams uh, to have a different experience of life. It goes like this. We've all had trials and tribulations. We all have felt the cold wind blow. But through all those complications, yeah, there's one thing I've always known. We are all here for a reason, here to share the love we bring. Remember, winter is just a season, and it's always followed by spring. It's always followed by spring. So hold on to your dreams, place them in your heart, Set them right in front of you. And when the doubting starts, just hold on to your dreams, because they really can come true. All right. Everything is possible when you believe in you. When you believe in you. You may not know just what you're here for. You may not know what gifts you bear. But every one of us is magic, with something beautiful to share. So listen to that voice that's calling, telling you how great you are. And let your light shine down upon us, because you are a shining star. You are a shining star. So hold on to your dreams, place them in your heart, set them right in front of you. And when the doubting starts, just hold on to your dreams, because they really can come true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is possible when you believe in you. When you believe in, you've got what it takes. Your dreams are not mistakes. Your soul now awakes to see it's right here for you. No need for playing small. You're tearing down the walls, and you can have it all. Your dreams are gonna carry you. Do you have lofty aspirations that somehow seem too high to climb? Don't you lower your expectations, no, or try to put them out of mind. Just let your higher vision guide you, 'cause it's the reason that you're here. You have all you need inside you, and the way will soon be clear. The way will soon be clear. So hold on to your dreams, place them in your heart, set them right in front of you. And when the doubting starts, just hold on to your dreams, because they really can come true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is possible when you believe in you. When you believe in you. When you believe in you. Like I believe in you. When you believe in you. All right. I'm surprised when I can get through those, because I don't play them all that often, but I did it. So I'm proud of myself. And you know, that's something that I've just learned recently, is it's really important to be proud of yourself. Um, I, I've been having some challenges with my physical, my hand being a little numb, and worrying about whether or not I'm going to be able to continue to play the guitar if I don't get some feeling back in this finger. Clearly it's okay at the moment, and that's going to get better. But one of the things I found out was that, um, you know, the the physical body is so much affected by our thoughts and our beliefs. And one of the beliefs I had for many, many years was that I had to be able to do more than was humanly possible and never break a sweat. And that was how I operated for most of my adult life, and probably my teens and childhood as well. Was I needed to be able to prove my value and do it in such a phenomenal way that people would be amazed, and at the same time never break a sweat, never show how, and just make it look completely easy. And that is just such a hard thing to try to do, because it's almost like you're never good enough. Your best is not good enough. There's always something better that could be. So I'm really learning how to just stand for that I'm already great, that I already have value, that I don't need to prove it to anybody. All I need to do is share it. So I know that might sound egotistical. I don't mean it that way. I just mean that I'm interested in sharing what I have, who I am, my music, my art, my acting, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I see all of you out there, so thank you for being here, ongoing to support me in that, because I don't have to do it all myself. I don't have to, and I really can't anyway. And I'm definitely not trying anymore to be superhuman and never break a sweat. I have high standards, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm just gonna say, "Oh, good, man, that's good enough." It's about the intention. If I'm gonna speak for myself. Um, if I'm my intentions are to do the best I can do, then that's good enough for me. Whatever happens, happens. If I can look back at my and say, well, my intention when I did whatever it was, whether it was playing this song or cooking dinner or being a good husband or whatever it may be, if my intention, and I have to be able to be honest with myself, even after the fact, if my intention was to do the best I could, then that's good enough, regardless of what actually happened. I have a responsibility, especially to my loved ones, to be somebody who's supportive, but I have that responsibility to myself as well. So anyway, I'm living into it. Here's another one. This song I wrote a while back when I worked delivering. Well, I was gonna say I worked delivering pizzas. I did deliver pizzas, by the way. I think we've all had those kind of jobs at some point. That was really funny because the first time I ever delivered pizzas, I was so happy that I delivered my very first pizza. This was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. My dad was living there, and I was living there with him at the time. And I was working for Domino's, and I ended up, I went on my first delivery. I was like, I can do this. And so I put two pizzas to deliver to two different houses in one of those, you know, um, pizza bags that keeps them warm. And it needed to stay warm because it was, Santa Fe in the winter time. So there was snow and ice and stuff on the ground. And I delivered, I delivered the first pizza. I handed it to the person and they gave me a tip. And I was so happy that I went walking back to my car, swinging the bag, forgetting that I had another pizza to deliver in the bag. So I got back to the car and I realized it, and I opened up the bag and opened the box, and the pizza obviously had slid all the way to the one side of the box and was all kind of smashed. There was no way I was going to be able to deliver it. Um, and I thought I was going to lose my job because it was the very first delivery I'd ever made. So I'm not proud of it, but I told them that I slipped on the ice and that the bag flew up in the air and landed. And I was young. Nowadays I realize that it's never good to lie, because I've heard the expression, always tell the truth because it's easier to remember. And I'm a huge proponent of telling the truth. But in that moment, as a young man, fearing that I was going to lose my job, I told them that I made some cockamamie story up about walking back to my car, hitting some ice, the bag flew up in the air and landed, and that's what happened to the pizza. So anyway, don't recommend making up stories, but writing songs, if you want to make up those kind of stories, hey, that's cool. So many years later, I was working I was working in the insurance industry, and I did that because I thought I couldn't be a musician and be a good dad and be a good father and be a good husband, because I would be all over the place and wouldn't be home and all that, which I think there was possibly some truth to that lifestyle that would have made it more difficult. But I also kind of put all my dreams of being a professional musician and professional actor on the shelf. And one day I was working with some people, and with the insurance industry, and they this an older couple that were going to do some financial stuff that was all on the up and up. It was nothing, nefarious about it. It was a, an honest to goodness insurance deal, but they had to go to their their bank to pull out some money in order to do this. And when we got to the bank didn't didn't trust me and called the sheriff, and the sheriff came and kicked me out of the bank. And it was humiliating. I felt horrible, because I was like, I'm just trying to make a living for my family. So I went out to my car and I ended up writing this song. It goes like this. Let's see. Let's see. Gotta remember. Here we go. Oh, I know. It starts like this. This is an invitation. This is an invitation to the illumination. An invitation to a new vibration. A celebration. A revelation of conscious creation. There it is. 1, 2. I lost it there for a second. All right, now. Come on. Oh. How long can I stand to do what I cannot stand to do before it wears me down, before it knocks me down, before it tears me down? And how long can I plan to do what I plan to do before there comes a time I make up my mind and follow through? 'Cause if I spend my time just trying to survive, I may be living, but I may not be alive. Tell me true. How long has it been for you? Come on now. Come on. This is an invitation to the illumination. An invitation to a new vibration. A celebration and a revelation of conscious creation. Come on now. How long can I make it through what I just can't fake it through before it's plain to see that I must break free from my own rules? 'Cause if I spend my time just trying to survive, I may be living, but I may not be alive. So tell me true. How long has it been for you? This is an invitation to the illumination, an invitation to a new vibration, a celebration and a revelation of conscious creation. Set a celebration and a revelation of conscious creation. One more time. I said a celebration and a revelation of conscious creation. This is an invitation. Set an invitation to a new vibration of conscious creation. All right. So, hey, great to have you here. Thanks for listening to my songs. Thanks for listening to my stories. Wishing you all the best, and God bless to you. Bye now.